Where to even start with this video? So, Jon Jones has been withdrawn from UFC 200 for failing a drugs test. Talk about what could possibly go wrong for this pay-per-view has happened. This was most people consider this to be the best UFC card of all time, myself included. So much excitement for this show. I haven't been this excited about a sporting event in I can't remember how long. Then Jon Jones goes and gets himself caught, basically. There was a quote, I think it was from there was an NFL ex-medical staff guy who said, when you've got the right amount of money, these drug tests are just IQ tests. Because you can get the right sort of stuff to mask what the PEDs you've been taking and things of that nature. For example, half these athletes don't. Come on. Guys I'm not going to put names out there, but let's just say a lot of these guys are juicing. Like, not just in UFC, in NBA, NFL, WWE, all these sports now, boxing. But it's the getting caught part. And apparently it was a June 16th testing that has just come back positive for Jones. Apparently they had to thoroughly test it. And they obviously haven't pulled him out of the fight for nothing. We don't know what the substance is yet, which is why we really need to wait to hear what the substance is before we really can make a solid argument defending Jon Jones or attacking Jon Jones, either way. But obviously just major to that. All I just realised is I was fuming at first. But his manager, by the way, Jon Jones, because obviously Jon Jones was getting heat on Twitter and stuff. Someone tweeted his manager, said, "I can't believe Jon Jones doped," or something along those lines. And his manager was like, "Doping?" He said something along the lines of, I haven't got it in front of me now, but I'll add it into the video. He said something along the lines of, "Doping, not even close. I hold a press conference tomorrow morning," or something. So obviously I'm going to hear his side, but this is ridiculous. They haven't pulled him out, let's just say, because they found weed in the system. Saying this is obviously something I would think performance enhancing. If they're just going to come out and make an excuse about how we didn't know this was a banned substance or this was taken by accident or whatever, then. But to be fair to the man, I'm gonna wait for the defense, conjure up everything in my mind, and come to a conclusion, or at least a theory. But at the end of the day, he's not fighting in the main event of UFC 200. And even though I don't like Daniel Cormier, it sucks for him. It sucks for him. Because, my money was on Jones to win, but I felt like Cormier had a better chance this time around than the first time around. The first time around, I was like, he ain't winning that fight. This time around, I wouldn't have been surprised if he had beaten Jones. But it must suck for him. He ain't even got he ain't getting some of that check. He was going to get a huge check for that fight, win or lose. Especially if he won. He ain't getting part of that. There is talk that Dana was like, maybe someone will step up and fight Cormier even this late. Because I'm recording this on Thursday. On the Thursday before the fight. For the record, Friday, tomorrow, I was going to record a full preview for the event. I still might, but I don't know. The hype and excitement I have for it is long. I know the card's still stacked. I know that, but this really was a pivotal part in my excitement for this card, that fight. So I don't even know if I'm going to do the preview now. We'll see. But yeah, Jon Jones fight. And the main event is now Brock Lesnar versus Mark Hunt. It just doesn't fit main event. That I don't know. I wonder if McGregor's laughing, thinking it could have been me at this headline in the show, but he'll have his shot at 202. So yeah, major disappointment. Can I just bring up how I know this isn't anything to do with WWE right now, but I can't help but take shots at them because I freaking can't stand that company, right? So I've got to throw some shots in there. Roman Reigns, their top star, basically. They've had a similar situation where their top star tested positive for drugs. For the record, they haven't released what substances. This has been 2 or 3 weeks since it's happened. They haven't released what substances, and they've suspended him for 30 days. So he doesn't miss because he's still getting a title shot, right? In what universe does this make sense? You fail a drugs test and you don't get withdrawn from your title opportunity. I know it's not real competition. So, I mean, there's some arguments like PADs and WWE don't matter because it's not real competition. This is why it does matter in terms of like steroids and stuff. Because the company is run by an old idiot and a weirdo called Vince McMahon, right? And he doesn't push you based on your talent. He pushes you based on the hard-on he gets for you. He's attracted to big, muscular men. So taking steroids and things of that nature make you bigger, more muscular. You know the story. So if you are taking them, you are at an advantage because Vince McMahon is therefore more likely to push you because he will more likely want to have sex with you if you are bigger built. That's how Vince McMahon operates. So Roman Reigns gets suspended for 30 days, who, by the way, there's this other wrestler called Titus O'Neil who gets suspended for 60 days. It was originally going to be 90 for pulling on Vince McMahon's arm on stage during like a retirement speech, which is unprofessional with that. But he gets suspended for 60 days. Was going to be 90 for the record. Roman Reigns fails a drugs test, is suspended for 30. Not only is he coming back, still getting his title shot, but they're doing a show for him called Roman's Redemption or whatever. But Titus O'Neil, when he comes back from a 60-day suspension for touching the boss's arm, he's a black wrestler, but I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. But when he gets back, he gets to look like an idiot in front of his kids. They put his kids in the front row for his title shot match. And not only did they have him lose, they have him embarrassed. And they have the guy he was facing come up and just basically talk trash about the dad to the kids. They made him look like an idiot. So they're severely punishing this black guy for touching the boss's arm. But Roman Reigns fails a drugs test. And he gets a network special show. He still gets his title shot. And they get away with not having to release a substance. For the record, they knew about him failing drugs test before his previous title match with Seth Rollins. And they didn't withdraw him from the match immediately and suspend him. Does that make any sense to anyone? Why in the wrestling world is it okay? Oh, by the way, everyone feels sorry for Roman. Oh, he deserves second chance, all this. And I know Jon Jones has gone through multiple offences and all that. But in what other sport or what other universe does someone fail a drugs test and get sympathy? What? They get chastised. Think of all the sports scandals over the years that you could think of involving drugs. And guys getting stripped. I mean, I'm not saying second chance and all that, forgiven. But they get punished, right? When you fail a drugs test, you get punished in every other sport but WWE. In WWE, oh mate, you keep your title shots, mate. In fact, here's a little Road to Redemption special. Stupid. I just wanted to compare how the UFC handle things versus WWE. And WWE's wellness policy, it just shows how much of a stupid idiot Roman Reigns is to get caught, because you can easily get away with how they do their drugs testing. They have so many exceptions, like in their banned substance lists, that it raises more than an eyebrow. And their third party that they claim they have testing these athletes is, I don't know, they don't have someone like USADA doing it, like the UFC do. I'd love to see USADA go up there and test all them guys in WWE. But yeah, notice how UFC handle it. Boom, straight away, you're withdrawn from your title shots. Imagine if they had kept Jon Jones in the fight, and then afterwards, even though, to be honest, I'd like it like that because I want to see this fight. They just handle things so much better. But yeah, Jon Jones is not going to be in UFC 200 main event. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. I'm so deflated, honestly, for this fight, for this card now. It was such a big part in the hype for this card. It's still going to be a big event. It's still probably going to be pretty entertaining. But it's just knowing that it could have been better. Knowing what could have been. It's just that nagging feeling. Which gets to you, but yeah. So like I said, we need to wait to hear what Jon Jones' defense is. I may do a video on that when he gets his defense out. I may get a video of saying what I think about it and all that. But for now, all we can do is wait, speculate. Not to jump to conclusions yet. But one thing we know for sure is he will not be in that main event.